Hey, welcome everybody to the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting. Today is Tuesday, September 20th, 2022. It's 3:01 p.m. Copy of the Nebraska open meeting rules are on the north wall of the boardroom. In attendance today, we have all five commissioners present. Commissioner Burmeister, Klug, Mixon, Warren, and Kelly. We have our County Administrator, Dan Hoynes, representing our County Clerk and Register of Deeds. We have Kendra Kaler. We have our County Treasurer, Trace Jones here, and our County Assessor, Dan Pittman. If you would, silence your phones and let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two items on the consent.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Discussion? Okay, please vote.
Sorry, Jim.
Second, all right.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carried.
Okay, all agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Equalization is adjourned. Reset for the board meeting. Ready, Kendra? Okay, welcome everybody to the Board of Commissioners meeting, still the 20th of September. It's now 3:03 p.m. Nebraska Open Meeting Act rules are on the north wall. All five commissioners, our county clerk, and Kendra are present. Commissioners, well, wait, before we do that.
Actually, Mr. Chair, if we could go ahead with the commissioners and comments, we're waiting. County Attorney's making his way up the stairs here, so.
Oh, okay, good. Well, yeah, we'll do the commissioners' comments because I hope she walks fast. No, just kidding. I could stretch this out all day.
Yeah.
Just give me a mic. Angie?
I have no comments.
Yeah.
It's on you, Don. No comments.
Yeah, you guys are a lot of help.
Okay. I can't top any of that. So.
Yeah. Do you have anything, Dan?
No comments, but we can continue with the agenda until they get all their representations, and then I think it's appropriate for you to pause the meeting and give the award.
Okay, yeah, we can call.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Well, you know, I was just going to talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers for 5 minutes, so thanks, Lee, for bailing me out on that. Okay, 3.1 is a special award and recognition. And I'd like to invite Bonnie Moore, our Deputy County Attorney, and Lee Polikoff, our County Attorney, up to make that presentation. Thank you.
Just make sure she's here. I was waiting for Bonnie to stop by my office, you know, you'd think it'd be nice. Stop by and said, let's walk down together, but
She ditched.
so blame the other person. Sorry, I'm late. Actually, I'm here to introduce and recognize an employee at the same time. You know, we used to have a policy that we'd bring attorneys down to attorneys and introduce them to the board. And I don't know about you guys, but I always enjoyed that, and I thought it was important that we do that. And then the pandemic hit, and we weren't having meetings, and so we kind of lost track of that. And in that meantime, we've had a lot of changes, and Sarah was one of them. But so we never got her introduced, I believe, as we'd like to when she started, which September 20th is kind of a interesting date because she started with us, on September 20th of 2021. So she's just been with us a year. And she came to us from Douglas County after a strong career at Douglas County prosecuting. Started in the juvenile division, which is what she loved, but then got transferred to criminal and did a lot of criminal work. And so she had a tremendous amount of experience, and we appreciated when I never recruit from another county attorney's office, but she came to us and said she'd like to continue when we had an opening. Sandra Markley, recall, retired after being with our office for 20 years and doing an admirable job of running a tough division, small but tough. And we saw an opportunity of bringing Sarah in as the lead, division lead for juvenile court, which she agreed to do. And then on this same date, today we're here, that's exactly 1 year to the day when she started, we're going to give her an eviction notice because, I don't know if she knows that yet, she's got to be out by Friday, because she's been chosen to be the new juvenile court judge for Sarpy County Juvenile Court, which we're really happy that happened. It was really important. It's an important position, and she will just do a tremendous job. So I'd like her to come up. That's okay. We're talking about you. So we're going to restart that introduction of attorneys and even the ones that have come in the last year at least, and get them exposed to the board so they know who's working for them and why they are. And so I'll ask Bonnie if she has a few comments, which I think she does, and then we are going to present something to, come on up.
All right, so like Lee said, Sarah's been with our office for a year. I met her just a little over a year ago, and sometimes when you meet somebody, you just know that they're special and they have something that's unique to offer. And so we knew that immediately after meeting Sarah. She's raised the professionalism in the office, not just in her division, but I think anyone that interacts with her feels that as well. So it's one of those moments where I liken it to like when your kids do something really special and you're so proud of them, but then you're like a little sad because they're growing up. It's kind of how it feels when someone in our office becomes a judge. We're so happy for her that she's moving on and she's doing that, but it's also, it's a little bittersweet. But that being said, I can't think of anyone who's more deserving of a core values award than Sarah, and so that's why we're presenting that to her today. So.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
wow.
have to say something.
Are we, preferably not my backside.
Speech.
Lee says I have to say something. So, I live in Sarpy. Sarpy's my home. And when the opportunity presented itself, it was something that I hadn't thought of. But when I reached out to Lee, I had built a good relationship with him over the years, and I was really excited to meet Bonnie, no relation. And we hit it off right away. And the past year has been, in my mind, one of the most rewarding years of my life. I've never felt so valued I had a great time in Douglas, don't take me wrong, but I've never felt so valued and supported and encouraged to do greatness. And it's been a pleasure to be a part of the Sarpy County Attorney's Office. I think the work we do is amazing, and so many of the people in the office have become lifelong friends. So thank you for this award, and I'll continue representing you well, I hope.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, that's the last time we'll be able to give her anything. Once she gets sworn in, she will accept it.
Yeah, is this the last time we can call her Sarah too? Do we got to call her Your Honor after this, or
And
the Honorable?
That always works.
I'll add to that, I'll always treat you with the utmost respect, but probably still just call you Sarah, and I'll again buy barbecue next time.
Congratulations. It's well-deserved. And, you know, I want to congratulate Lee and Bonnie, too. Because since I've been on this board, I know there's at least 4 attorneys that have elevated now out of your office to be judges, at least in my tenure. Maybe 5? I know we have Judge Smith, Judge Martinez, Judge Freeman, Judge Moore, and? Yeah, so I think that's a testament to the quality of individuals that are in our county attorney's office. And, you know, it makes it a place that people want to be and want to work. And so congratulations to you guys as well for not only harvesting good talent, but mentoring it and growing it and making them ready to step into these big leadership roles. I mean, in the state of our country right now, there's nothing more important than a strong criminal justice system. We see what happens when that criminal justice system breaks down. There's unfortunately a lot of bad examples of that happening across our country. but you don't see that happening in Nebraska. And I think it's not by chance or happenstance. It's by thoughtful leadership and great individuals. So congratulations, Judge Moore. And thanks, Lee and Bonnie, for all you guys do for Sarpy County. Wow, that's great. Okay, now, do we have any other comments now? Or
I was
no?
just going to say thank you for stepping up in juvenile court. That's the place where we've got the most possibilities of being impactful for making a change, and so glad to have you there.
To echo those statements.
Okay, Gary, you're last.
What more is there to say? Congratulations.
Yeah, all right, thanks. All right, onto the consent agenda. We have quite a few items on there today, 7. Would any of the commissioners like to see any of those moved? If not, we'll get them passed.
Motion to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Warren and a second by Klug. Discussion? Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carried.
Okay, just 2 items on the agenda today, the regular agenda. First one's Resolution 248, directing the county treasurer to commence suit against uncollected distress warrants.
Hi, Commissioners.
Hi, Nicole.
So this is a resolution. You received a report from the Sheriff's Office earlier this year, and the Treasurer's Office has confirmed that report, and so now we're down to just the potential of filing suit against one person here, so one entity. Do you have any questions?
$1,000.
Right, about 1,200. Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I
We're
mean, my
required to
only
bring it
point,
forward.
my only point is we're gonna tie up more time in attorneys and legal processing than the $1,000 is worth, but we need to make sure that we enforce these, so I think it's probably a good idea. You agree?
This is your decision, and I'll leave it up to the board.
What's your advice?
Well, the statute allows you to file suit or not, but there will be time taken up over $1,200. But if you want to send a message to other entities out there, the question I think then becomes, if you're allowing this person to go, what is the reason? And if 2 years down the road you don't allow the next person to, you file suit against the next person, is it a dollar amount or is it a some other issue? And so I
Yeah,
think
no, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, it's a cost of doing business, and I'm sure you tried all other avenues of collection, garnishing, or whatever. If we have that opportunity, I don't know, but I'm good. Thank you.
We can't garnish until we sue, correct?
correct.
So we don't have any options other than the current bugging people to pay. Is there a limit on do we file suit only when the number's above a limit, or?
No, it's there's no limit, there's no minimum or maximum. It's if they haven't paid their taxes, and we are then the distress warrants get issued, and we're unable to collect from that. The report comes forward from the sheriff's office. It's validated by the treasurer's office, and it comes before you to make a decision. So,
Do we file suit on $50? I mean, what do we classically do?
I don't have that information. I think last year there were 3 entities that you filed suit on, and I don't remember what those dollar amounts were. But the concern would just be, is there, not wanting to create a precedent for letting this amount go, but that, moving forward on that amount, and then all of a sudden you have someone who meets all of the qualifications related to being, a disabled veteran or something like that, and the next person is someone who's not in one of those classifications. So I think that's the danger of not filing on everyone.
Is
But-
there any indication of why they weren't able to pay, or is this just simply we've not heard? And
There's no indication that's in the record. I think when they've tried to contact them, they are unable to get in touch with anyone.
Gotcha.
So,
thank you.
Okay, I have a question for the treasurer. So, do you guys file like a credit report or something in conjunction with these late? Does anything go to the Better Business Bureau or, because in this case, it looks like it's a business. So do we report this stuff to credit bureaus or,
I don't think we do. Yeah.
okay. Well, I mean, I think the only choice we have today is to just tell you to go do it, but I'm not speaking for these other commissioners, but I think in the future, we got to do a cost-benefit analysis here because it's going to cost, it costs you your time and effort, obviously the time and effort of our treasurer staff. Somebody's got to serve the warrant, I assume. That's time and effort, and it's $1,000. So in the end, we serve the warrant with no guarantee of getting paid, and it costs us $7,000 or something, whatever it is. I don't know. But something we might want to think about from a policy standpoint. And certainly, I think at a bare minimum, if you don't pay your bills, it ought to be reported to the credit bureaus and the Better Business Bureau, especially if you're a business owner in this county or,
Okay.
or somebody doing business in this county. So that in and of itself is probably more impactful than being served a warrant, to be honest with you.
I think you have to be a member, don't you?
What?
I think you have to be a member to report to a credit reporting agency, don't you?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that. I'm looking to see what we can do.
So
Yeah.
one question, in the material we got, there's this resolution in regards to one, and then we got another page of people that are in,
Yeah. So some of so we provided an itemized listing last week of all the active distress warrants, ones that were collectible and uncollectible, and then we also had a few that, since the sheriffs have filed their report, that have gone ahead and paid, and those were the ones that were highlighted. So that was just part of our statutory requirement, is to provide you that detailed listing of all the distress warrants. Some are still undergoing, some of the businesses are closed, and there's no way to collect, and that's why we didn't recommend any of those. And they're closed and have no assets.
I do have information on this individual, and I'm pretty sure that this LLC is no longer functioning. At least I know the business is no longer in function, so
Okay. Thanks.
squeeze the turnips at some point.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Klug, second by Commissioner Burmeister. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays Warren. Motion carried.
Okay, item 6.2 is Resolution 260, interlocal agreement between Sarpy and the cities of Papillion, Springfield, and Gretna for the creation of a regional master plan for transportation enhancement in western and southern Sarpy County. Scott Bovick, Deputy County Administrator.
Thank you. Yeah, this is an interlocal agreement with Papillion, Gretna, Springfield, the county, and also MAPA, the Metropolitan Area Planning Association. And as we anticipate growth in the western part of the county, and if you're thinking about boundaries, it's about 84th Street west to the interstate and probably Capehart south to the river. And talking with these communities and the growth that we're starting to see, and even though it's a ways out, we thought it'd be really worthwhile to go and put a plan together. City of Gretna took the lead and actually submitted a grant request earlier this year. They were funded by MAPA and the MAPA board for that grant to conduct the study. The total cost of the project is $250,000. The grant will cover $100,000. Gretna's agreed to match with $50,000, and then the remaining three parties will break out the remaining $100,000. Again, as we do long-term planning, it's important to project which roads need to be 5 lanes, which need to be 3 lanes, what are the access locations going to be, all those things that are important to development. And for once, maybe we're getting out in front of this and trying to lay out a plan. Steve Jensen, who you all know has helped us with some long-range planning efforts before, is involved in assisting the group And it'd probably take about a year to 18 months to get this plan completed. But we think it's a good first step out in that area to start understanding how we plan for the growth. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have on the interlocal agreement.
Questions? Questions? Okay, motion, please.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion by Warren, second by Klug. Any other comments?
Commissioner Kelly, you seem to be offline.
Yeah, I don't know. There it is.
Okay.
Please vote.
Did you go ahead and vote? Your UNA? Okay, ayes 5, nays none, motion carried.
Okay. Item 7, executive session.
For protection of the public, I move we go into executive session to discuss collective bargaining.
Second.
Motion by Burmeister, second by Mixon to go into executive session. Discussion?
Hey, Scott.
Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carried.
Okay, it's now 3:22. We're going to go into executive session where our discussion will be restricted to collective bargaining.
Okay.
Okay, it's now 4:26. At 3:22, we went into executive session where our discussion was restricted to collective bargaining. Need a motion to return to the regular session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mixon, second by Commissioner Klug. Please vote.
Ayes 5, nays none, motion carried.
Okay, all agenda items having been addressed as published, the Board of Commissioners is adjourned.